let's talk Burrow, Mike. I mean, stone cold, blooded, quarterback assassin. And he is growing into exactly that. He's now going to go to Kansas City. He hasn't lost to Mahomes. I mean, what he is doing for Cincinnati is just off the charts. I'm wondering, from your evaluation, I believe that was your second draft when you were in Vegas, your evaluation of Burrow, even though you knew you had no shot at him, is it beyond even what you had evaluated or everyone was evaluating of him, Mike?
Yeah, I think so. I think everybody thought he was the number one player in the country, and he was. I think we all agreed with that. We all thought he was going to be a top-level quarterback, but to be honest with you, 3 years in, he's even better than I ever thought he could be. It's funny, Rich. I left the hotel in Buffalo yesterday morning, and I was checking out, and Joe Burrow's dad came over to say hi. And he was a coach.
Yep.
And I said, Mr. Burrow, did you ever coach Joe yourself? He said, no, I was, and he went kind of through the litany of colleges he had been at, Iowa State and Washington, and which I kind of knew his bio. And he said, but I never got my hands on him that way. And I said, look, you hear this from everybody, so I know it doesn't mean anything, but I watch a lot of tape, and your kid is friggin' special. I mean, he's different. And he just laughed and kind of said, yeah, we've known that for a while. He is. The thing I love about him, Rich, is that no matter what you throw at him, and you talk about, I don't have a run game, or I got 3 new offensive linemen, or whatever, that conversation is, he just quietly, in his own mind, and by the way, he has an edge to him, which I really like too. It borders on cocky, and I like it a lot. I'd love to be his teammate. He had 3 linemen out yesterday, and during the season, he got the ball out in an average of 2.55 seconds, which was number 2 in the league. Okay? The other day, he got it out in under 2.5. So his solution was, okay, I got 3 linemen down. I'll just get it out a little more quickly. And it doesn't get to him. It doesn't make him hurry up. It doesn't make him make bad throws. It doesn't make him turn the ball over. He's way more athletic than people want to even talk about. But when he needs to run, I think his when they beat Kansas City, I think he ran it 11 times. He does I guess the best way to put it in one sentence is he does whatever is necessary to win the football game.
And it's no surprise that he's a son of a coach. I mean, and so is Jalen Hurts too, right? You are. So you're a perfect person to ask this. Like, what does that mean? I mean, how does that translate into success when you are one of those at the quarterback spot, do you think, Mike?
I think you just grow up differently, Rich. I can't speak for them, but most of the quarterbacks I've talked to that are coaches' sons, we all kind of grew up in similar fashion philosophically, and that is, by the time I was 8, I was watching film with my dad. I was literally doing the cut-ups by the time I was 10 or 11, where I had to cut film, splice it together, and we'd watch it together for his game that week. And by the time I got to the high school team, I was 14 years old. I had just turned 14. I was a freshman in high school, and I knew the offense and defense better than anybody on our team that had already been in the system. And I'm not bragging about that. It was just the way I grew up. I went to every game he went to scout. I took, he had me. And that's how these other guys grew. Jalen Hurts and I talked about it the year he was in the draft. I spent some time with him, and we talked about that common denominator. And, Burrow's just a guy where nothing bothers him, and I mean nothing. And what does he want to do after he beats your ass? He wants to light up a cigar and talk about it. I love him.
He does. It's so simple, but it's so rare. It's exactly right. He beats your ass, and I'll light a cigar up, and then, you could call it cocky, but how could anyone have a problem with that? I mean, it sucks to be on the business end of it, to be very, I'm sure. But
how about, hey, Rich? How about he's 2 minutes after beating Buffalo, and he's getting interviewed by, I think it was Tracy Wolfson.
Yeah.
And his first comment is, well, I guess we're going to have to give a lot of refunds back.
Yeah, better have those refunds ready. Yep, exactly right. He had that in the chamber. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.